Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is change versus maintenance. I'm doing a series of daily morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these articles a while ago, so if I come across something that is out of date, I will interrupt myself and give you the most recent information. And then at the end, I will summarize things with what's going on in the world today. And I will have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Change versus maintenance. Years ago, I did clairvoyant readings, and when I used to read auras, I would often see the color green. Green means change to me, and the different shades of green depicts different phases of change. Spring green is the color of the new blades of grass, and it's brand new change. It's the color around birth and death, but also it's in your aura when you get divorced, quit your job, or move to another city. Medium green is the color of mature grass. It's when the change has been in effect for some time, usually 3 to 5 years. I call it maintenance because you're maintaining the change that's happened. You could use the analogy of mowing your lawn to maintain your yard or garden. Dark green is when maintenance has faltered. You're letting things slide in the area of personal growth. Olive or khaki green is pastime energy. Sometimes that comes up if you've just attended a family gathering or a class reunion. Other times it just means your lawn has become a jungle and you need to get out the machete. We've had an interesting 8 years in the US where I've watched the governing powers revert changes that the previous administrations brought about. I wrote this in 2008. I'd never seen the cycle of change reversed before. I felt that we were returning to the 1950s in terms of ecology, human rights, and information privacy. I felt we were returning to the 1930s Germany in some aspects as well, and it seems we're returning to post-1928 economy, but that's possibly an illusion. So of course, change has to happen in a big way. I can't imagine the new president will have to wield a big machete to get through the chaotic jungle that's left behind at the White House. New administrations always have to deal with the remains of the previous one. Their promise of change is always delayed because of it. It's possible that the president in 2008 could take 4 years to get things cleaned up from the point of view of being able to affect the change that he talked about during the campaign. However, things are energetically accelerating. Time and space are no longer limiting factors in creating change. It's possible for transformation to come about instantaneously. Where does maintenance come in here? Maintenance looks a little different than it used to. Maintenance used to be keeping things as the previous change left them, but then could also be interpreted as the opposite of change, maintaining routines, keeping things clear, all of which is helpful in terms of providing stability. However, now it seems that maintenance is more about keeping up with new changes, pushing past plateaus, and continuing to challenge oneself with new expanding possibilities. A practice of letting go of the old and embracing the new could be seen as maintenance. So I invite you to take a look at the cycles of change in your life. Where are you keeping things going, and where are you keeping things the same? With such a momentum in the air, you might find it easier now than ever to let go of old limitations. So this is really amusing because some of the things seem very similar, and we're yet again coming up to a circumstance where actually the stakes are even higher because it's either going forward and maintaining stability but also expanding in the world in keeping with the expansion of consciousness. Greater consciousness has come into form, and what we are collectively finding is that it not only individually empowers ourselves, but it connects us more with all the other aspects of consciousness and physical form. And we're each becoming more individually empowered, and so then we're more passionate about our rights and individual empowerments. One of the things that did occur to me is how in the old days with my old devices, I didn't like updating because every time I did an update, it would totally mess things up. My device wouldn't be able to accept it, or I'd have to learn a bunch of new things. But now every few weeks, it seems like I'm told that when I go to sleep at night, my phone's going to go through an update, or my laptop needs to go to a new operating system. And I don't think about it. I just go with the update. The maintenance that's going on nowadays is how to maintain a sense of stability when we're in this incredible environment that is continuously fluctuating. And I'll have to say that it becomes easier to go with the flow and to also make changes when I acknowledge myself as consciousness. And when I am in alignment with that greater aspect of myself, then it's really not that hard because reality reorganizes in my favor. So besides looking at the cycles of change in your life where you're keeping things going and where you're trying to keep things sane, I would invite you to start acknowledging yourself as greater consciousness, that you are more than your physical body and your personality. And then when you start navigating your life from the perspective of consciousness, that's when your entire world transforms. So if you like these videos, please thumbs up and like them. And please click on the bell icon as well. That way you're telling YouTube to share this with more people around the world. And this information is so needed at this time. And if you want a free sample of one of my consciousness techniques, click on the link below to the skybox technique. It'll show you how to have a bigger perspective of what's going on, and you can apply it to problem solving in all sorts of ways. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I have individual sessions where I take a look at the essence of who you are and what's going on in your life today. I can answer any questions that you might have. And I can also help you make some energetic changes, and it's recorded just for you. And if you want to know how to do this for yourself, go to my website, joan-newcomb.com. And I have a coaching special where I work with you one-on-one, and I give you specially curated coaching consciousness techniques so that you can transform your life. So go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow in another Morning Musings.